Hello, hi. We have PM with us. You know why PM? Let's hear it out from him. So, why PM?
Well, YPM, that's my name, Pratik Mistry. Probably that's the reason.
I think we do have this culture of calling with initials, and we take very pride to tell him PM. You know, it's a very known thing. So, Pratik, it's been 15 years with Redix. 15 and Redix is 21. So you have spent quite a good time. Like, share the journey, anything about yourself you would love to hear.
Probably this question will take the entire interview, it seems.
I know. Maybe you can start with certain things.
So, 15 years is indeed a long time, I think major part of my career. And I started here with hands-on development, then gradually moved into project management, followed by pre-sales consulting, and then right now I'm at the helm of the sales activities at Radix.
Wow. So you have all the criteria, different roles, I would say.
Yeah, in this 15 years, I think I have gained a lot of experience for sure, and burned midnight oil for delivering projects. As a sales profile, I had to travel a lot on business trips around the world meeting clients. What I can say is that my experience at Radix is for 15 years, but I have got a very good exposure. I would say it would be at least 30 years of exposure that I have got in this 15 years at Radix.
Amazing. You just mentioned that a lot of journeys you had, like client journeys, meeting with different cultural people. Any short incident you would like to share about your journey or your travel, maybe some other culture, any kind of thing you remember?
No, it's like traveling in different corners of the world, you meet different kind of people.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, with everyone, there is a sort of similarity in a way that you need to connect with them. You need to build the right trust with them, and you need to make them feel that whenever you are interacting with them, that you are there for their benefit, for their goodwill. And that's how relationships develop. That's how the business also develops, and like projects and everything is a byproduct of all these things. But it's primary that you build the right rapport, right relationship with the customers.
That's interesting. The coming question, we would like to hear that as IT is constantly changing, definitely there is a huge change in buying behavior when we talk about IT service market. So if you can tell us something on that. Surely you must have experienced this.
That's a big question. And yeah, I think a lot has changed lately. So there was a time in our IT industry where people looked at IT services outsourcing with two key needs at the center stage. Like, they wanted to cut down the cost. That was the primary thing, and probably they wanted the talented resources or individuals who can work for them. This was something I'm talking about a few years back. But lately what I have seen is that customers have become mature. They know quite well that when they are looking for a good IT service provider, they can expect a lot more from them.
They know their criteria.
Yeah, they know their criteria. They know that it is not just a talented developer or maybe a low cost is what gets them the right deal or the right partnership. It's also about the organization which stands behind that, the people. It also about the processes and practices and the ethics that the organization follows, which can yield success to the customer's business. I'm quite intrigued lately when I see customers asking me very interesting questions like, okay, what is your knowledge transfer or knowledge management process when you are working on our projects? Say, how well you are equipped to ramp up and ramp down the team as per our changing business needs. How well you have defined your processes and practices to deliver efficiency and productivity in your team. So now these are the kind of questions,
quite mature questions.
These are the kind of questions which will differentiate a professional service provider like Radix Web from maybe no-voice players or freelancers who are just for a one-time gig.
Agreed.
That's what the customer now understands.
So there is like more of a maturity change. They know the domain and what they are expecting very well.
Absolutely.
Well, as you are coming from a technology background, does it help to deliver the client expectations better, because you are mostly, interacting at the ideal stage, I mean the very initial stage with the prospects, I would say.
Absolutely. See, we are into an IT business. Typically, what I have heard from my customers as well, they have had bad experiences when they have engaged many companies where they get a yes man when they talk with the sales team.
Yes.
And eventually, because the salesperson is not technically evolved or mature, he might not understand what he's committing, and overcommitments always lead to disappointments.
Agree.
And that is where my technical background and the experience that I have got from hands-on development to project management and then into sales, that collectively has helped me understand the client's need at a very deeper level. I'm able to visualize what kind of challenges or what kind of business problem they are here to address, and I'm able to consult them in the right direction.
Yes.
So one more, the value what I'm able to provide here is when I'm talking with the customer at a pre-sales level, the discussions are more about the project, their needs, their goal, their achievements, rather than rhetoric sales pitches or
What
empty
we have done and
or
what
superficial
kind of
assurances that okay, we'll deliver your project successfully and that stuff. So that is where even any mature customer would understand that okay, this person with whom I'm talking, he has my best interest in his mind while he's speaking with me, and he is invested in delivering me the right solution.
Okay. Can we talk about the project success ratio? I mean, definitely, as you have just, if I connect the last talk we had, you just mentioned that, we know what we are committing. So definitely there is very high chances of success ratio of the entire process and delivery, and even the ongoing delivery what we may get. So,
see, what you define as a project success, okay? It is that a project comes out of a business need or a business challenge.
of course.
A business challenge has to be translated into maybe a functional requirement, and that functional requirement has to be addressed by a technical solution that can meet those functional requirements. Now the thing is, in businesses, it is important that all these three elements of functional, technical and business, all these aspects are taken care of when a software is being developed, a project is being executed. And at Radix, we have kept our focus that okay, whatever technology solution that we are here to offer, that should yield the end goal that customer is looking forward to. So the business objective should be met, and all our processes and practices are defined in a way to achieve that purpose. At the same time, a lot of credit over here also goes to the operations and the delivery team. Yes. The kind of processes they have implemented, the kind of project management practices and the governance models that they have implemented to ensure that all the projects which are running on the floor, they are tracked in a very efficient way. Any risks that are identified at a very early stage so that it cannot impact the deliverables. And at the end of the day, it's all about efficient communication, the transparency which we maintain with our customer, and make sure that the progress that is happening, entire team, including the customer, is on the same page, and we are all moving towards the common objective.
That's interesting. Breaking the bubble, if you are not in IT or if technology is not something you are doing, what could it would be? Anything else? I mean, I know technology has been with you since so long, but
see, my association with technology is even longer than my professional career.
Of course, that's where I'm asking. Even if we break all of them, anything else, any kind of other passion you feel like, if not this, I might like to go into that. Maybe cooking, playing, whatever. I mean,
I enjoy life. I like spending time with my family, and I enjoy traveling as well. So might be if I'm not into IT technology, I might be what, a travel blogger or something
Wow.
of that sort. Might be I will be going places.
We can even do that in IT as well. So maybe in other time we can surely arrange something for that.
Yeah, but lately in this in the IT world, the travel, all the travel that I have is more about business meetings and events and exhibitions.
I get it, but of course 15 years leads to this kind of a life, but beyond that you have one opportunity of blogger, so we may see sometime
Sure.
enjoying that.
Sure, let's hope for that.
Well, the next question is more of how our sales team is structured to deliver better and constant results as per clients' expectations.
It's sheer teamwork, I would say. Of course, whenever we get a new requirement from a new opportunity, the sales the business manager would be the point of contact in communicating with the client, but he's always at all the time he's backed up with a team over here. That team comprises of the pre-sales consultants who are responsible for evaluating the project on the functional aspects. We from time to time we rope in the subject matter experts depending on the project. This could be a UI UX expert or a solutions architect or maybe a domain expert who has previous experience in working on similar projects. So all those people help us in making sure that we understand the customer needs in the right way and we are able to define a solution approach which can meet his needs. Also, often at pre-sales level, we venture into activities like brainstorming workshops, maybe proof of concepts or prototyping, just to make sure that we are able to relate to his needs well and we are able to connect with his understanding in the right way.
Okay.
And this again falls back to the question to the earlier question that how we are able to deliver success.
Of course.
So unlike maybe other companies, our sales cycle might be a bit longer, but we want to make sure that any project which we take on board, we are 100% sure that we are here to deliver success. And that's how we have defined our pre-sales activities.
That's interesting. So, do we even relate to, for an example, we do have a requirement from prospects. Do we consult if we are not doing it as a company for a particular technology or something, or if we feel like that this idea is not going to go ahead for long? I mean, with the experience of 21 years, this company can surely tell a person that your idea is good, but surely not so practical enough, or maybe technology they are selecting something on consultative basis.
It does, and it also pays us. I'll give you one of the incidents which I had in past. We had a customer, we had a prospect based out of maybe Africa, and he wanted us to revamp his e-commerce marketplace.
Okay.
It was a decent, quite decent size system, but he was just concerned that he was not getting the right traction, right visitors on his website, and he felt that the design and the aesthetics of the site were not in place for that. At a pre-sales level, we did all the analysis, and to us it felt quite acceptable. It was not as bad as what he was looking
So
for.
ultimately, UI wasn't the concern according to
UI
us.
wasn't the concern according to us. So we did some deeper investigation with the help of our marketing team, and what we identified was this was more of a SEO and the marketing aspects what was missing in his site.
Okay.
So I had to gracefully tell him that okay, we are not the right people for you. We referred him to a digital marketing firm with the promise that okay, try them out for a few months, maybe 3 to 6 months, and within that period, if you're not happy with the outcome, we are always here to work on the redesign part. But we
Okay.
feel this is something you should go with.
Not just because we do redesign, we take up kind of thing.
So what happened out of it is that luckily he took our advice and he tried out that firm, and as expected, he never came back to us for
So he
redesign
got
work.
his
But the good part is that based on his experience with us, he recommended us 2 different customers or his acquaintances for IT services, and from those 2 customers we were able to generate maybe 5x 6x business worth of business than what we could have generated by redesigning his website.
I understand.
So it's all about like we have to treat our customers like I always give this analogy to my sales team that when you are engaging your customer, okay, see yourself as a doctor who is responsible for understanding the symptoms, understanding the pain points, and find the root cause and then provide the remedy to the customer. Don't see yourself as a pharmacist who is just giving the medicines what has been asked for. You have to go deeper into his needs, and then based on that you have to provide the solution.
That's interesting. Let's talk on the consistent quality. See, most of the projects we take is long term, like large scale long term projects, and we do get admired for the quality we deliver or the results we achieve, or I would say the requirements we meet.
So some facts over here first. At the moment we have more than 50 active customers who are utilizing our services since more than 3 years. A lot of those have been working with us since more than 5 years, a few since more than 10 years as well. I know a couple of customers who are working with Radix even before I joined, that is 15 years back.
That's all.
Second thing, more than 75% of our revenue last year was from the repeat business of from existing customers. What does this number say? We are able to build long-term relationships. We are able to satisfy our customers' need on an ongoing basis. And we are able to do that consistently, and we are able to maintain and even raise the quality bar when it comes to delivering our services. So yes, as you rightly said, Radix as a company has always believed in delivering quality, and that too consistently.
Yes.
And that's what basically pushes us to do more.
Cool. I think next question is something that you would love to talk, because you are associated with this term maybe since the day one you working in this industry, outsourcing. And it's overly talked. Definitely everyone look forward to it for some other benefits. Most of the time people look for outsourcing and it's like one project game, but it isn't the same case for Radix. Most of the time, it is like keep coming back. And I would say this question goes back to the numbers you have just shared. So it's connection, like
Yeah, see, it's like customer or someone, a company comes to you for IT services. Now, with today's time of changing, ever evolving technology, a software project can never be a one-time project. Okay, it would cease to exist, or it will project will stop developing only when a business sees there is no more benefit coming out of that the software or the software that we have developed. The reason why we have been able to have long-term projects is because we have always worked towards evolving the project that we have worked with for our customers. So rather than simply doing what is asked for, our team is also, because they have spent enough time in the project, in the domain, we are also in a place where we are able to suggest what else could be done to improve the project. At the back of the mind for every person working on the project, including the sales team or anyone, the goal is to how we can bring success to our customers, because if they are able to see the value in the project, they will always invest in the project and take it a step further. And this is how a project goes long term. So when we work with our customers on these projects, the way we try to build relationship with the customer for the project is that our focus is in bringing success to our customers.
yes,
This is how we see the things. The success what Radix gets is just a byproduct of it. The core focus should be how we can yield success for our customers with this project.
That's
And if that
interesting, of
happens, then
course.
the project is bound to go long term.
I think last year Redix Web has been recognized worldwide to be the one of the excellent outsourcing leader, and because of the service excellence. So, of course, a lot of criteria goes to get these kind of recognition worldwide, and the numbers or the overall efforts, the process what we have implemented is the result of this recognition. Anything specific you would like to talk on?
See, of course, I'm indeed grateful for this commendation. That said, I'm not surprised with this, simply because I have seen in my 15 years that the team here strives to deliver success, deliver excellent services, and this has been part of our DNA at Radix. So this recognition is just making this evident in front of public. But as a
True.
team, we have always believed in delivering success to our customers.
I agree. I mean, most of the time we talk about excellence into the deliverables what we do. So it's like byproduct of
So
what we have
it's
got.
like someone, I don't recall, but someone said that what we have to pursue is excellence. Success
True.
is bound to follow it. So
Yes. I think this one goes well, that Redix Web customers are brand ambassador of the brand. I mean, most of the time it is the case. So, any kind of scenarios you would like to talk, which is not typically handled as a customer, or as an maybe if it happened with you, that why customers are so connected. Any different thing happened with you?
see, okay, one fact over here. More than 50% of the new business that we realized in the previous year, that is 2020, was via referrals from the existing customers.
This segment goes well, like brand
Yeah.
ambassadors.
Yeah, so and again, like I would say, I would again quote the example that I shared about that marketing, that e-commerce website, where someone who was not our customer was able to give us referrals. See, as a company, as a team, we are able to build that rapport with our customer quite well. We have always placed his objectives in front of us, and our customers have always appreciated that our team is going extra mile in delivering him what he's looking for. I have ample experiences where we had to burn midnight, or we had to stretch weekends just to make sure that we are able to meet our customer's business objective, that he had to launch his product by so and so date and time. It was a steep work to do, but we had to do it, and customer has appreciated that. And that is what we have built, that value in his mind, that okay, for any of his or his IT needs, or someone in his acquaintances, he would always give our name. One another example which I can share is just recently we are working on a project for our customer, and we had to integrate with a third party system for his project needs, and we liaised with the third party on his behalf. Now the third party company was also quite happy with the way we professionally engaged with them. The benefit what we got was that third party company is now our customer. We are working for him, and we are also his preferred or go-to service providers if any of his other customers want to integrate his solution
That's amazing.
with their product. So this is how, like as I said, we build relationships, and work is bound to flow from all the directions.
That's interesting. Last one, as we are completing 21 year, and we see our clients excited as we are, and they are all trying to celebrate whatever they can. So any particular message for their celebration?
Okay. Open a bottle of wine, be part of this celebration, and if things go better globally, then I would like all of you. I would like to invite all of you for the next year's celebration
Yes.
as well.
Or maybe visiting this new office like we have been meeting with.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful infrastructure, and I always like being in the same position. I feel a bit elevated while I'm working from here. So,
That's interesting. Can we have a cheers to 21?
of course, 20
Let's
years to
go.
Radix. Cheers.